Hello and welcome to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam.
And I'm the eternally intolerable Alex. Hello.
I need to correct myself there. Because I'm actually the ever excitable King Adam. Wearing my crown of ash.
That's all you'll be wearing, a crown of ash. Yeah.
We played a game of Crown of Ash by Card Noir. If you like the look of this game, then please go check them out on Kickstarter. They funded. And you can get yourself a copy of this in the not too distant future, depending on when it is fulfilled. So we did a gameplay video. If you haven't seen that, then check it out. There might be a link below. Depends on whoever uploads this, which is normally me, whether that's on there or not. So we're just going to actually tell you what we thought of this game and not waffle on too much. I know I already am. So Alex, can you tell me 2 things that you really liked about this game and 2 things you didn't care for?
Okay, I'm going to go straight in with this. The artwork. I love the artwork.
You hate it? Oh, sorry, this is the good things.
This is good things. Yeah, the good things. The artwork was great. I loved the artwork. It reminded me very much of the River of Slime from Ghostbusters 2. I wanted to say that when we were playing it, and I had to keep it to myself, but it looked great.
They made a second Ghostbuster film.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So loved the artwork. The second thing I loved was actually the story as well. The story. I like any game that's got a story and there's a reason why you play. You know, there's the whole reason you're playing it, or you're having a campaign or something. And I actually really felt for the king. I kind of thought, let's get him.
Do you know what? Like, I think that's a really good shout because, like, with these games, you can get one of these games, and if you take away the theme from it, it's a fun worker placement game. We could be going out there. We could be like, I don't know what we were doing. It felt like the gameplay and the theme married pretty well.
Yeah.
And that story, I kind of felt was going to be going one way. I thought, oh, well, the king's going to do something, and then they're all going to be banding against him. I was like, oh no, wait, the king's done one last thing. He's actually this thing to like the benevolent lords are going to drink to like come back 100 years time, and it actually turns them into like necromancers and stuff, like leech lords or something. That was a really good twist. Like,
it was
really well thought out kind of plot. You don't normally get that with board games. It's normally like a bit of a sentence. You're like, we're in.
Yeah,
we're in for it.
So what are the 2 things you liked?
2 things I like about this: easy to teach / play / pick up and play. So this is something which, when you're playing a light to medium weight strategy game, it can be really hard to actually get to grips with how to play and also how to teach other people. Because people learn things differently, right? Like, I learned by watching videos on YouTube, or by messaging the people who have written the rule book and going, I just don't understand because my brain's not wired a particular way. Whereas you learn by playing, right?
I learn by playing. Things can be explained to me.
And a lot of people, I prefer to sit down and start playing the game and figure out that way. But I would say that this is really easy to learn. I read through the rule book. I had a couple of questions. I messaged the creators of this, and he came straight back and said, this is what you do, and it made sense. Like, it was all pretty straightforward. So I think it's really easy to learn, which is really good. Really easy to teach. It's fantastic. Another thing I liked, I'm agreeing on the theme. I thought the theme in this was really fun. The components in it were really lovely components, like the little kind of minions you had and the cubes and stuff. It has great table presence. So lots of positive stuff about the look and feel of the game.
Also, after I did there, love the title. It's great.
Crown of Ash.
Crown of Ash. Does what it says on the tin, you know?
Yeah.
It's great. Now, three things
you didn't like about it.
I'm going to do 2 now. Two things I didn't like. I'm going to go for something which I'm pretty biased about, so it's no fault of the game. This is my issue.
This is your personal preference.
My personal preference is I don't like games where there's a whole kind of victory point thing where you could be playing the game really well and then suddenly at the very end lose because someone's either been collecting the right cards or... You know what I'm saying? I don't like those kind of games. I try to be fair about them, but they're the ones that I just take a little bit of the enjoyment out of the game for me when that happens.
A lot of enjoyment. Like, you've played games where people have like really lorded over you when they've won, and that's kind of made you feel bad about yourself. And you play a game because you enjoy playing games, not because you want to win a game, right?
But there have been examples, not with this game, because this game does seem to be quite fair all the way through, but there have been games in the past where someone hasn't even really played, they've just been collecting stuff, and at the very end, even though you're doing really well, they beat you. I kind of felt that there was a possibility that it could happen with this game. It didn't, which leads me on to the second thing I didn't like. It's also something that is more convenient as well. It didn't seem to last very long. It seemed to be quite a quick game. It was only, what, 4 rounds?
Yeah, 4 rounds.
4 rounds.
4 rounds, 4 turns each.
4 turns each. But it kind of was convenient as well because we could play a couple of games. One for me to get my head around it, and the other one to actually to play and see who won. But you won both times, so I should really be saying this is a total negative. But no. What do you think about that?
So I think that's pretty fair. Like I try and think of 2 things I don't like about this game, and it's really hard because I actually found it a really well polished game. I'd probably say time is one thing that I would like it to last a little bit longer. But I think if you play 3 players, it probably would, and that's probably the sweet spot for this game, 3 players. We could always have chucked in the AI character as well.
We could
have played with those in there.
Know.
But yeah, so I think the only negative I might have is for someone who enjoys to sit down and play like a strategy game, for me, is one that's going to last for like an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes, which is a lot of time, especially for a weeknight, to kind of sit down and play one of those games. But like, I'm just thinking Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor, that for me is a 4X game. It takes about 2 hours solo, but it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's so much fun. This game, no follow zone, it lasts however long it lasts, and I just would like it to last a little bit longer.
I kind of want it to last a little bit longer as well, but hey, you win.
I've actually got a couple of components here from said game. We've got the structure tile. We've got the blue player kind of control marker, and we have an orange minion. So, out of these 3 components, what would you say best represents your experience with this game?
I'm going to take my tile marker back because this represented the hope that I nearly won. And I would have done.
Nearly won twice. Nearly won once.
Yeah. That's I just it represented me being the once future king.
Okay, I'm going to go for the orange minion chap because not only was it literally did represent me in the game. I also felt like I liked spraying myself out a lot, and kind of I think without these I definitely would have won this. Like, it's for the little people I'm going to crush. But this best represents me because I feel like I'm a bit of a worker, and I feel like I've worked well at this game to get that victory. Just clinch it out from your salty jaws. So Alex, is this a buy, a play, or avoid from yourself?
This is 100% a play. I definitely play this again, but I'm very swayed towards buying it as well. So I would consider buying this.
Why are you swayed towards buying it?
Because I think, as you said, it's got a lot of table presence. It's easy to play. It's easy to learn. Easy to teach. So I actually think this would be something potential that you could play with people that even I could teach it. And I like the look of it as well. The look, the title,
the story.
The story. What about yourself?
So I'm doing something different with my buy, play, or avoid. And what that is basically, I'm going to say if I only had 100 board games, because 10 would be ridiculous, I don't think I could ever do that. If you could only have 100 board games out of my slightly large collection, if it's a buy, it'd be one of what I would keep in that 100. Play would be something I'd play at Board Game Cafe. Avoid is something I'd never go for. So is this a buy for me? Yes. This is definitely a buy for me, and I'll tell you for why. This is a game I could play with my significant other. I could get at the table. This would be something she'd be happy to play with me, and that's always hard to find. Worker placements are something which most people understand. So I don't have a ton of worker placement games, but this one, the worker placement, the theme of this, and the length, even though I did complain about the length is perfect for what this game is. So yes, it's definitely a buy. And that's my reasoning. So thanks for joining me, Alex. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Tell the lovely people at home where they can find us. Not my address, though. I've had problems with this. So
right, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. I've been the ever excitable Adam. And I've been the eternally intolerable Alex. Goodbye.
So until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling. So, over to how you can do then. Sorry.